The dust of Nineveh swirled as a new day broke over the ancient capital of the mighty Assyrian Empire. In the heart of the citadel, a man stood gazing from the stone balcony of the palace, his dark eyes piercing the horizon like an eagle searching for prey. This man was not yet king, but all of Assyria knew that when Ashurbanipal's time ended, Prince Sennharib, son of King Sargon II, would ascend. Sennharib had been raised in the ways of war, taught to command armies, read the omens of the stars, and bend the will of men and gods alike. But he was more than just a warrior. He was a dreamer and builder, a man who envisioned a greater Nineveh, a more glorious Assyria. When Sargon was killed in battle in 705 BC, the court was shaken, but Sennharib's resolve was iron. He took the throne and declared himself king of the four corners of the earth. But Sennharib's rule began not in peace but in flames. The provinces of Babylon, Elam, Judah, and even parts of Phoenicia rose against him. Babylon, ever restless, ever proud, declared independence under a rebellious priest-king. Enraged, Sennharib led his armies southward. His ironclad legions moved like thunder across the plains, burning fields, destroying walls, and crushing resistance. His soldiers razed Babylon not once but multiple times, and in 689 BC, he ordered its complete destruction. Temples were looted, statues toppled, and the once mighty city was reduced to ashes. "I destroyed, I devastated, I burned with fire," his inscriptions would boast. Yet in destroying Babylon, Sennharib also sowed a bitter legacy that would one day return to haunt his house. One of the most legendary campaigns of his reign was the siege of Jerusalem in 701 BC. King Hezekiah of Judah, bolstered by Egyptian promises, had defied Assyrian rule. Sennharib stormed the Levant, capturing 46 fortified Judean cities. His army encamped before the walls of Jerusalem, and the city trembled. In clay tablets, Sennharib later declared, "As for Hezekiah the Jew, like a caged bird, I shut up in Jerusalem, his royal city." But Jerusalem did not fall. According to the Bible, an angel of the Lord struck down 185,000 Assyrian soldiers in a single night. To others, it was plague or misfortune, but whatever the cause, Sennharib withdrew. To the Assyrians, it was a tactical retreat. To the Hebrews, it was divine deliverance. The truth, lost in the silence of time. Though his sword had shaped the empire, Sennharib's legacy would be carved more deeply into stone than blood. He turned Nineveh into the most magnificent city in the ancient world, constructing vast walls, aqueducts, and the legendary Southwest Palace, which glittered with alabaster reliefs and gold. He ordered the digging of canals, the planting of gardens, and the engineering of grand gates. He called Nineveh a palace without a rival. His focus on infrastructure and civic beauty marked him not just as a warrior king, but as one of the ancient world's great visionaries. But greatness often sows the seeds of ruin. Sennharib's later years were marred by palace intrigue. His favoritism toward his younger son Esarhaddon created deep resentment among his older sons, Adramelech and Sharezer. In the temple of Nisroch, as Sennharib worshipped alone in the cold morning light, his own sons approached, and there, amid incense and silence, they murdered their father, plunging knives into his aged body before fleeing east. Thus died Sennharib, king of kings, builder of wonders, conqueror of nations, at the hands of his own blood. Esarhaddon, despite the odds, avenged his father and ascended the throne. He rebuilt Babylon, perhaps to soothe the wrath of the gods or the guilt of his dynasty. And Sennharib, his name lived on in the libraries of Nineveh, in biblical verses, and in legends passed down for centuries. He was feared, hated, admired, a man as complex as the empire he ruled. History remembers him as a lion of Assyria, fierce, regal, ruthless, and ultimately human. If you've made it this far into the video, you're amazing. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope to see you in the next one. Don't forget to leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. If you have an ancient story you'd like us to bring to life in a short video, just let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next adventure into the past.